Today we're going to talk about the 4 ways in which our home is actually earning us money. A lot of people strive to pay off their mortgage. That leaves a lot of untapped equity that you have to sell your house in order to access. We're going to talk today about the 4 ways we're actually earning money without selling our home.
And even though we talk on our channel about our journey to financial independence, honestly guys, it's not about us. It's actually about you and what you can also do. All that we are trying to do is show you ways that you can also make money, save money and invest in money. On our journey to financial independence, we started back in 2019. We did not know, I would say, most of this stuff. But all that we did was research and read and watch YouTube. And as a result, here we are close to our financial independence, which is gonna be in 2024. If you are new here, my name is Jean.
I'm Christine.
And we live in Canada. 2024 is our fire date. And as Christine mentioned before, we are gonna tell you how and some of the ways that we are making money on our home. We have to remember that. You have to do your own research. Don't take it for granted what we talk here. Yeah, take it, but at the same time, you have to do your homework. That's the same way that we do on our end. We do watch a lot of YouTube videos. Some of them, they might not make a lot of sense, but we make our own judgment. So that's what we also wanted you to do.
Yeah, we watch those videos, but then we do a lot of back research as well. Reading books and stuff like that. So these aren't snap judgments that we make. We hope you guys don't either, but we just want to give you some ideas that might help you in your own journey.
Yes, and you know what? Even though Christine did mention 4 ways, stick until the end of the video because I just thought of 3 more ways that you can also use.
Bonus ways.
Bonus, there you go, bonus. To make money, to save money, and to invest your money as well.
So the first way that we're actually earning more money with our home is just strictly appreciation, time in the market. Much like stocks, the longer you hold a piece of real estate, ideally the value of it is going to go up, hopefully more than the cost of inflation and everything else that's going on. So in the past 6 years, I know it's not typical. Toronto is beast of its own amongst some other cities in North America, but we have seen right around a 55% increase in the value of our home. This is probably not going to continue. We're very well aware that with interest rates rising, mortgage rates rising, that the demand is probably going to slow down, but we really feel like our home will hold its value, might slow down in the increase of its appreciation over the next few years, but it's not going to just overnight turn into nothing.
Yeah.
Toronto's a desirable city that people want to live in, so I feel like our home will always hold the value.
It doesn't mean that the cost of living is actually down. It's not, so you might be familiar. If not, the cost of living here in Toronto and actually in Canada, it's quite expensive, no matter where you live, right?
Yeah, and we tend to live quite frugally,
or we try
frugally, but consciously.
Yeah.
And it's still expensive, so
it is.
I guess things go hand in hand.
And by the way, we still have a mortgage on our home. It is a good segue to the second topic, which is having access to the equity in our home. We have been sharing our journey to financial independence, and one of the playlists that we have, it talks about the Smith maneuver, which is basically converting what we call the bad debt into good debt. And with that amount that we have access to, we are also investing money. How? Go ahead.
So like we mentioned at the very beginning, a lot of people tend to try and pay off their mortgage. That is not our goal. We're maintaining the debt on our home, and we're actually pulling that equity out to invest into a margin account. You'll hear us speak of our Smith maneuver account a lot in our net worth videos. That's the account where we're investing the equity that has built up in our home into the Canadian stock market, into Canadian blue chip dividend paying stocks. Those stocks each and every month pay us out a dividend depending on which quarter we're in, which stock pays out. But we're receiving a consistent monthly income. And right now, in April 2022, we're on track to receive about $20,000 of passive dividend income from the equity that we've invested into the market.
Yes. If you are not familiar with, I really recommend that you kind of go and take a look on the playlist that you're gonna see up here on the screen. We do explain the basics, we do explain how we got into that strategy, but not only that. There are a few items that you have to consider, and some of them involves, reading blogs and whatever, but there's a really good book that we use it as a reference. We didn't do only ours, yes, it was ourselves. However, with the support from our accountant, with the support with somebody who does understand the meaning, the tax implication on how we can do. It's working for us. It's been the second year, I guess.
It's going pretty good.
Yeah, we cannot complain. And based on what we have experienced so far, we're happy with the results.
Yeah, so very important. We're not paying down our home. We're actually converting it from a non-deductible loan, the mortgage, into a tax-deductible investment loan. So like Jean said, that's all in the playlist. If you guys are interested, just take a look.
Yes, go and take a look and you understand how, I'm not going to say to us it's easy now, but it might be a little bit difficult for you to understand the beginning.
It took a while. It took a while for us to kind of wrap our heads around it too. So any questions, leave them in the comments down below. We'll do our best to answer them or point you in the right direction.
Yeah. Let's go to topic number 3.
Topic number 3 is something that we've been trying to do for the past year, but we've now successfully completed this.
Yes, that's right.
So that is, we are renting out the 3-bedroom unit in the upper half of our house here in Toronto. So this also provides monthly income for us, and I'm going to say that this is almost completely passive income as well for us. We really lucked out. We found a pretty unique property management company. We do not pay property management fees. We do not have to pay 1 month's rent to this company. In fact, they pay us 12 months of rent. They in turn deal with all the hassles of finding tenants, dealing with any issues that may arise. Now, of course, if something happens upstairs that needs to be fixed, then we will pay for that, but they will look after arranging getting it all looked after.
What I also think that it's important to consider, it might not be for you, it might not even be for everyone, right? So we were in the comfort of our home, living upstairs, but it's only Christine and I. So we did have a lot of room that we were not even using. And then we thought, as we are planning to stop working in 2024, we need to start downsizing. We need to start kind of taking a minimalist approach where we should have get rid of things that we had. We're still going the process.
We got rid of a lot of stuff, though
yet.
Jean doesn't think so. We got rid of a ton of stuff.
I gotta give credit to Christine, but at the same time, we still have some work to do. But that's something that you have to be willing to. We understand it might not be the case. Well, you know what, but I don't even have my home yet, which is okay. It took us time. It doesn't mean that we started, making money and then we created, we bought our home. No, it did take us quite a lot of time to be in the position that we are in today. All that we are trying to do is giving you ways, to think about it and see, write it down and put it as a goal that you have.
And it doesn't even have to be an entire separate rental suite, depending on your situation. I know that Chrissy over at Eat, Breathe, Sleep FI, she actually used to host international students. So students that are here for either learning ESL or they're here for a semester abroad, those types of things, they would live with her and her family in their home. That way she got to, and they all got to meet somebody from a different part of the world, a different culture, get to learn a lot about them. At the same time, they were still earning a bit of extra income. So you don't need an entire separate rental unit in your home. You could just rent out a room.
Yeah. Another option that you have, Airbnb, is so common, so you can also do Airbnb if you want to.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a long-term rental contract. You could just do vacation rentals too. So
just
ideas.
Try and see what works for you.
So the fourth point that we're going to talk about how we're actually earning extra money from our home is going back to that equity that we've invested into the stock market. So we spoke about the passive income in dividends that we're receiving every month. But that money is invested into stocks in the market. As you know, the markets have been up and down, up and down. But yet, since we've invested that money with all the roller coaster ride that we've all been on for the past several months and years, we've actually seen at this point in April of 2022,
yes.
at this point, we're actually still seeing a 14% increase in our investment. So just by taking that money out of our home, putting it into the stock market, into what we believe are very safe and logical investments, not only is our house appreciating in value here in the city, but the equity is also now appreciating in value sitting in the stock market.
Yes.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all. And if you want to see more about our journey and how we are progressing so far, we have every month a video where we just share with you the dividend income and how much we have received in dividend. There are different accounts to use it, but one of the accounts is what Christine is referring to as the Smith maneuver. We also have the net worth updates, and you can see how we are progressing with the appreciation of our home, what are the assets that we have and the liabilities. You can understand how our home is one of our liabilities and we are not paying it down. If you want to pay it down, good for you. Yeah. In our case, we would rather keep the equity in our home.
So we've talked about the 4 things that we're currently doing. Each one of those comes with its advantages and its disadvantages. So we're just going to quickly go over what those advantages and disadvantages are, and I'm sure you guys are going to come up with some more, so let us know.
Well, the first one is the ability that you receive passive income in a monthly basis. With the rental that you have, you're going to have the income coming.
Yeah, and the passive income from the dividend stocks as well, right?
Yes.
Another advantage is that the rental income that we're receiving upstairs isn't actually coming to us to be spent. It's actually covering our mortgage as well as the interest payments on that investment loan for that passive income. So we're quite lucky. We've received market rent here in Toronto with the company that we've rented to, and that payment is covering our mortgage in addition to the interest payment. So we're not out of pocket for any of that interest. In fact, we're keeping what used to be paid out of pocket in our pocket.
In our pocket, yeah. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Share in the comments below if it doesn't. We are more than happy to explain a little bit more.
Yeah, it does come with disadvantages. One being that you have to be very comfortable taking a little bit of a risk, right? And a risk not only in taking that equity from your home to invest into the stock market, which as we can see right now is quite volatile at times, right? Yes. But if you've invested, we believe, into quality blue chip stocks, we're not actually worried about our investments for the Smith maneuver at all.
As you might have noticed, since the beginning of this year, the market's really going down, and even with all the ups and downs, we are still on the green side, right?
Yeah. Next one is you have to be okay with sharing your space, right? People, like for us, we have people that are now living up above us. There is noise. There is going to be, bumping into each other in the laundry room, right? You have to be okay with sharing your space with other people. And that might not be for everyone.
Yeah. You have to be okay. I'm not to be okay. We actually have to do this. You have to declare the income that you are receiving to the CRA. So you cannot forget that.
Yeah, that's it. Our rental income as well as the dividend income that we're receiving, which all then comes with its other tax implications of added income, higher tax brackets, stuff like that. However, flip side is you get to write off a bunch of stuff, not only here at the house, bills and whatnot, because we're renting now part of it, but we're also able to write off the interest that we're paying on that investment loan. It all works out at the end of the year. We're actually coming out ahead, but it does take quite a bit of paperwork.
Yeah, and you gotta be really organized and separating everything on its own file. And then by the end of the year, once we do need to say hello to CRA,
that's when Lino takes
provides the documents, so you'll be able to do this, right? And as we did say, we are not experts at all, guys. We have I mean, we are lucky and are very grateful for the people that we have been working with. They are the experts. They are the ones who basically say, here's option 1, 2, and 3. We go and we make our own, like decisions based on what they provide us.
Yeah, you can do this, but you can't do that kind of thing, right? Everybody needs those people.
Yeah.
So those are the areas that we're currently utilizing in order to earn extra money from our home, our principal residence here in Toronto. But we've kind of come up, I think Jean has come up with 3 bonus ideas.
Exactly, why not?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for making up to this point on our video. We are very grateful to have you on our journey to financial independence. And as I did say at the beginning of the video, even though we do share our journey, it's more about you, it's more thinking of what can we also do. So that's why we create those videos on a weekly basis, and hopefully it's helping you as well. The first idea we did not implement on our home, but we have somebody in our family who did, which is solar panels.
Yeah, and I see them popping up quite a bit. It's, I think, becoming more and more popular, and it's a very green way of helping to power the city.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With the price of energy going up, now you understand, one of the reasons that it's really beneficial for them.
The next one is renting out any extra outdoor areas that you might have available to you. So if you have a garage that has, I don't know, an empty loft space, or you're only using one of the parking bays in your garage, you can rent those out, especially here in the city. A parking space in a condo building or something like that, if you own that and that's yours, to rent that out, you can make a lot of money. Parking is a premium in the city. Same goes for storage. Look at how many storage units are popping up. I don't know about elsewhere, but in Toronto, everywhere we look, it seems there's a new storage building coming up. So that's another way to earn a bit of extra cash. The last one is, we'll use YouTube. If YouTube was a corporation or a company that you were earning money from, which we're not, but if you were, or if you're running a business from your home, if you have a home business, you're able to then write off a bunch of stuff on your taxes. I would recommend talking to an accountant or somebody that knows a lot about that type of stuff. We don't actually do any of that.
No.
But if you're using your home to run a business, you can certainly write off a ton of your expenses on your taxes, hopefully to reduce them at the end of the year.
And you can start now. If you say, you know what, I don't have an accountant or anything, let's go here in Canada to the CRA. Go and take a look. I'm gonna find a link and I'll leave on the description below, so you'll be able to see what you can write off from your taxes or not. It's up to us, guys. We are the ones who need to be in control of our money. We are the ones who need to be in control of our time. If you don't do it, nobody's gonna do that for you.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta think outside the box, I think, to a certain extent. It's easy to look online and kind of come up with a few ideas, but once you start really digging in and looking at what can I possibly do, not using this big shed out back. Hey, I'm gonna put up an ad, maybe it's an extra $100 a month, right? Undercut that storage unit.
We
Get
never
somebody
know.
in there. You never know, right? It's $100 you never had before. Just an idea, but think outside the box. You'd be surprised what you can actually come up with.
There you can invest, and by the way, you can invest and open an account with Wealth Simple Trade, because you don't even need to pay any taxes at all when you're buying, and any commissions at all. Thank you. When you're buying or selling the stocks. And I thought, not paying taxes, because I thought maybe with a TFSA, which is tax-free.
So that's what we've come up with. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you were able to take something away, maybe that you can apply to your own situation. It's kind of our goal. We would just want to try and help as many people as we can and show you guys that anything is possible.
Yeah. Maybe you have another idea that we didn't even consider here. Please do use the comments below, and let's learn from each other, and let's be more and more in control of our home, in control of our time. I did say my home. We are in control of our home, but in control of our time. That's what it really matters.
Yeah. So thanks very much for sticking to the end, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Thank you. You hope that you are well and safe, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye. Good. Good.
Here, cheers.
Yeah.
Picture time.
Cheers. with wine.
Picture time with wine. Wait, we do need picture time though. Serious picture time. Should we do 4s? So the fourth,
I was not looking at another thing. To take into consideration you are still paying to live here. What else do I need to do?
oh, you know what? Let's do this one again.
Okay.
So the first
Sorry, I was not looking. Go.
business up top, cash on the bottom, comfy on the bottom.
Yeah.
All right, new topic. Gonna have to look at the papier.
Yes, one of them is solar panels. So if you
No.
have no,
Advantages.
oh sorry.
Disadvantages.
Okay.
So advantages.
Yeah. And I just say 3. Okay. Say a show 3. 3. I don't know.
3. You have to pause though. You can't do this. It's too
Okay.
fast.